Okay, what's the equation of circle? So the equation of circle is this. So let me write it down. That's the equation of circle. X squared, x squared plus y squared equal to r squared. Okay. So for example, if I want to sketch this, the radius is 3. So you can put a cross here, put a cross there, and then keep going, and you can draw a circle. Of course, I could cheat a little bit by using the circle tools, which I will show you. We can go like this. It's going to be a perfect circle. Okay, done. So you can draw a circle. Okay, draw a circle, and I'm going to change the color to blue. All right, there you go. Circle drawn. All right, have a try. Draw the circle. All right, circle drawn. Okay. Now, what if the center is not at the origin? So this is the center at the origin. And if the center is not at the origin, say the center was A, comma B, then the equation will be x minus A squared plus y minus B squared equal to r squared. Okay, that will be the center not at the origin. Let me write this again. X minus A all squared. Okay, so we can do an example to illustrate. So, okay, so for example, this one, the center is going to be 1, comma, -1. Okay, because that's -1 turn into plus, positive 1 turns into minus. Okay, so locate the center and the radius is still 3. Okay, so let's try. So go find the center, go across 1, go down 1 step. Like this, put the center here, 1, comma, -1. And then the radius is 3, so this is how it works. You go up 3 steps, right? Go down 3 steps, go left 3 steps, go right 3 steps. And you get these 4 points, and you join the 4 points, you get a perfect circle. Let me try to draw it with free hand. Okay. Okay, so you draw a quadrant at a time. You will make it very, very round. Okay. There you go. So you can also draw with free hand. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. After we do this, we're going to do more questions. Let's look at this question. Find the equation of circle with center at this and radius 4. So what you do is you write x minus 2 square plus y minus 5 square equal to 4 square. That's it. And then you can write it without the square. So you write y minus 5 square plus 16. Finished. That's the equation of circle. Right, does that make sense? Pretty easy. Now, in the textbook, unfortunately, they expanded it. So in the answer, you will find that they didn't write it in like this. They expand the expression. So you need to know how to expand it. But I don't think you need to expand it in the exam unless they ask you to. So let's expand it now so you know how it works. So you're using the perfect square formula. And then you collect like terms. X squared plus y squared minus 4x minus 10y, and then move all the numbers to the left, to the right, the 4 and the 25. So if you do that, what would that be? Actually, move the terms, move this one on the left, it will be better. So what do you get? So you end up getting, what do you end up getting? You end up getting 4 plus 25 is 19, 19 minus 16 is 13. Yeah, plus 13. Equal to 0. Yeah? Does that work? So 16, 25 minus 6, 9, 9 plus 4 is 13. Okay? Alright, try the next one. Next one is x minus 3 squared plus y double minus 3 squared equals to root 5 squared. Yeah? And then just simplify. Okay, I'll just put that aside. And then x squared minus 3 squared plus y plus 3 squared equal to 5. Okay, just like that. Okay. All right, I won't be bothered expanding. You know what to do, so I'll just leave it like this. Okay, let's look at the next one. How about the center and the radius of this circle? Let me ask the student. Lisa, what's the center of A? Yep. Okay, good. So what's the radius, Nat? Yes, correct. Okay, let's try the next one. Yep. I'm going to ask another student. Jack, what's the next center? Yep, 0 minus 5. So when there's no number, it's a 0 and negative 5. Okay, and then I'm going to ask, I've got my sitting plan here. Joshua, what's the radius? Root 10 is correct. Thank you. All right, let's move on. Pretty basic. Let's move on to the next page. Okay, now the general equation of the circle, as you can see, can be written in this form. How do I know it's look like this? So because if we expand this, you end up getting this, x squared plus y squared, ax plus bx plus c, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to undo this and try to work out the center and the radius. We'll do so by completing the square. Now, how do I complete the square? The first step is x squared, put the x term together, plus a gap, plus y squared, plus 8y, plus a gap, equal to 0. Okay? So what do we put in this gap? What you need to do is to halve the 6, and you put 3, and you have to square it. And whatever you do to the left, you have to do to the right. And you do the same thing with the 8. Half the 8 is 4, plus 4 square, plus 4 square. That's the first step. We'll try to complete the square. And then the expression becomes a perfect square. So what do you put inside this perfect square? You write x minus 3, because the minus here and the 3 there. Does that make sense? Plus y plus 4 square equal to 25. And then the center and the radius will be obvious to you. So let's write down the center and the radius. So Anthony, what's the center? Well, just look at it. Center. Yep, and the radius? 5. Okay, can you try the next one? What is the next one, hard or easy? All right, the next one, you just have to do one extra step. You divide by 2 first, okay? All right, have a try. Or finish. All right, next one. Now, see if there's a number 2 in front of x squared, need to divide by 2. Always need to get rid of the numbers, always, before you complete the square. Even if you get fractions, always remove the number. Okay, so remove the 2, so you get x squared plus y squared minus 4x plus 5 over 2y minus 3 over 2 equal to 0. Anything 0 over anything is 0, except 0 itself, which is undefined. Okay, so rearrange it so that it can become a perfect square. X squared minus 4x, remember, leave a gap, plus y squared plus 5 over 2y, again, plus leave a gap, and then equal, make sure that whatever that number is needs to be moved to the right. Okay, 3 over 2. So you prepare yourself, right? Have all the position ready so that you're ready to add things and put things inside the gap. So remember, you have to halve the 4, which is 2. So you go 2 square. And what else? What's the other one? You have to halve this one. How do I halve the 5 over 2? Let's do some working here. So 5 over 2 will be this. So you're going to halve a fraction, which is very easy. Just times by half, you just double the denominator. Does that make sense? So you go 5 over 4. But remember, you have to square. And make sure whatever you add to the left needs to be added to the right. So you write plus 2 square plus 5 over 4 all square. Okay? The rest you should be able to do by yourself. Write it as a perfect square, and then find the center and the radius. Alright, okay, all got it. So what do we have here? So we got, going to ask Ruby, so what's inside the first perfect square? Yep, all square. Try the next one. All square, good, very good. Did you work out what the right hand side is? Okay, let's work out, we're going to work out. Okay, I'll get someone to work out. Alright, what's his name? Jacob, can you tell me what the answer is? Yep, I thought you got it worked out. Have you got a calculator? Yep, take it out, please. Alright, ask someone else. Who else have got it? Anthony, did you work out? Christina, please have a try. Don't wait for me to write things down. Alright. 37. Okay, over 16. That was. Oh, 113 over 16. Okay. Alright. 113 over 16. Okay, good. Let's write down the center. Okay. Center equal to -5 over 4. Make sure you put a bracket. And the radius, you just have to square root, but leave it in exact form, which you can square root the denominator. So you write it like this. Does that make sense? Okay, try to simplify it where possible. And then we've got 2 more questions, then we're done. Okay, all done. Next page. Okay, next page. We did that in the last topic. We're going to prove this line is a tangent to the circle. How do I prove something is a tangent? What's the method involved? Substitute, right? We have to solve simultaneously. Let's solve simultaneously. So how do we solve simultaneously? You will make y the subject because y doesn't have a number in front. If you make y the subject, you write -7x plus 10, right? And then you're going to substitute that into the y. So the x squared plus something square, that needs to be replaced by the expression in green. See, the y there is replaced by 7x plus 10. So you have eliminated or substituted y by the x. The rest of the step is algebra, where you have to expand, collect like terms, and solve the resulting quadratic equation, which is very long. Okay, go through it. So again, I really recommend you learn this perfect square formula. It's very handy. You're going to use that a lot in this topic because there are a lot of squares you're going to do. So you go a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay? Some people don't like the formula. They prefer to do this. That's a lot of time you have to waste. I mean, you have to spend to do it. Yep. Okay, good. All right, so I prefer to learn this formula right now and apply it. So let's try to use this formula. X squared, see the -7, write -7 all square like this, plus 2 times -7x again times 10 plus 10 squared equal to 2. Okay? Hopefully you simplify the expression. So what do we have here? -7 squared is 49x squared. And then that will be 140, isn't it? That's a very big number. 100 equal to 2. Okay, what else do we have? So we have to collect like term, 50x squared minus 140x plus 98 equal to 0. Okay, Jacob, What do we do? How do I show it's a tangent? Step back. We've already substituted. We've already substituted x by y by x. So we've got this equation. What do we do with it? Solve it. Okay, now solve it will take long. Anyone could suggest, if we are just asking you to prove it's a tangent, we don't actually need to find a point of intersection. What's a faster way? Yes, let's find the discriminant. Very good. Okay, now before you do discriminant, you might like to, I actually just do it straight away. Discriminant is b squared minus 4ac equal, what's b? 140 negative. Okay, continue. Okay, negative 40 all square. Again, you need a calculator. Minus 4ac. So discriminant is very powerful. You don't need to do, it's just a formula that tells you a lot about the equation. Okay, so what's the value of the discriminant? Anyone got it? Kira, what's the discriminant? Oh, 0. Okay, as we expect, right? It does say prove, right? Okay, of course it's 0. Okay, therefore, it is a tangent. Therefore, it's one solution. Therefore, the line is a... Oops, sorry. Is a tangent. Tangent to the circle. Okay, thank you. All right, good. That's method 1. Of course, I'm going to show you a faster method with method 2, but requires you to use a different formula and uses the geometry of the circle. Okay, let me show you how. You probably have seen this before when we did the linear function topic. Okay, now have a look at the circle. Let me just draw it very quickly. You probably should draw it. Okay, so you draw a circle. What's the radius? Root 2 is the radius. Okay, let's draw the circle. Just a circle, right? Like this. Let me draw it properly. Alright, I'm very happy with my circle. Very round. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so we got this circle drawn, right? And then we have some kind of a line here that's drawn for you. So let me draw this using a special pen that disappears. Okay, that disappears. Okay, all right. So the line could be here, which is not a tangent, or it could cross twice, or could touches at one point. Okay. Now, how do I know where the line is other than sketching? Because the sketching wouldn't help you. So what you do is, whatever the line is, you measure the distance from the center of the circle. Okay, let's measure the distance. And how do I find the perpendicular distance? There's a formula. Let's use the perpendicular distance formula. AX1 plus BY1 plus C. It's on the reference sheet. So make sure you have it ready on your table each time to look at it. A squared plus B squared. And the next step is to know how to use it. Fortunately, the equation is in general form. And we just have to substitute x1, y1 to be the center of the circle, which is 0, 0. So we substitute 0, 0 in there. So let's try to do it. Absolute value 7 times 0 plus y, which is 0, minus 10 over square root of A is the 7, B is the 1. Okay, perpendicular distance formula. No need to expand a perfect square, no need to do any of this, no need to even solve simultaneously. Let's see how that will help us. So what we end up getting is negative 3 on the top. Actually, it's just negative 10, right? Because the 7 will disappear. So you get negative 10 on the top. Absolute value, which will become positive, square root of 50, right? And you need to simplify it. So how do we simplify? Square root of 50 is root 25 root 2. Agree? Which becomes 10 over 5 root 2. What's 10 over 5? 2, right? What's 2 over root 2? We should rationalize. So how do you rationalize? times by root 2, so the answer will just be root 2, isn't it? Now, notice that the perpendicular distance, if I draw the line there, the perpendicular distance is exactly the same as the radius. And if they're the same, they would touch at one point. So since D is root 2 and I is root 2, and they match, therefore, line is a tangent. Can you see how easy it becomes? You don't need to solve simultaneously. You do not need to do anything. Just use the special formula to the circle. Only works for circle. Doesn't work for parabola. With parabola, you have to still use the discriminant. Okay. So, yep. All right, goodbye. Yep, just watch the video. Actually, I finished already. Okay, so in general, let me write a conclusion. Watch this. So, for a circle, there's a line there. That's a perpendicular distance. So this one, D, is bigger than the radius. We say line does not intersect. It does say rain today. Yeah, we know from weather. Line does not intersect. And what's the other one? D is equal to the radius. Right? In that case, that's a tangent. And if the D is less than the radius, we say intersect twice, or a secant. Intersect twice. Okay, instead of using discriminant less than 0, discriminant equal to 0, or discriminant bigger than 0, right? Does that make sense? All right, okay, now let's finish this. Any question? So we'll do exercise 9.3 today.